large group breaking through the fence surrounding the statue of former President Andrew Jackson.
Will you shut up, man?
And Corn Pop was a bad dude.
What's really going on with this COVID-19 bullshit? I've been saying it for months that it's a biological weapon. I've also questioned the statistics. I showed photograph after photograph of news reports reporting an overcrowded COVID-19 response emergency room. And in the title it said that it was in New York. Come to find out the footage was from Italy. How they were doing CPR and working on test dummies. How there were no trucks lined up to take bodies out, but there was all kinds of shit going on. All kinds of weird shit going on in the beginning. A Korean soap opera that was talking about this coronavirus. Bill and Melania Gates coming out with the Event 21 or Agenda 21 or whatever you want to call it. I like to use them both. About a horrible pandemic and what they were going to do to herald in their vaccine to save humanity. Anthony Fauci getting on TV, and I've seen this one, talking about there's going to be a pandemic during Trump's administration. Photographs of allegedly Barack Obama and Anthony Fauci touring some kind of lab in Wuhan, but we don't even know if that was a lab in Wuhan or not. But who knows, right? And what did I say in the beginning? If you watch my channel, Prison Break Raw, you'll know exactly what I said. I said I predict that Joe Biden will be the antibody. He'll be the vaccine. Him winning the presidency will save us all from this biological weapon. Sure enough, no sooner does he get in there, things start opening up. Governor Whitmer over there in Michigan had the state completely shut down while she's cruising around on her boat, elbow to elbow with all her elite friends. But you, the average business owner, couldn't do shit. People were getting arrested and getting their business license taken from them. How about Gavin Newsom's lockdown California? Completely plunged the state into a straight depression. Businesses that'll never come back ever again. No relief forthcoming. No kind of plan to reopen these businesses. No kind of startup kits or anything like that. But we want to go ahead and give all kinds of billions of dollars to all these third world toilets that are out there for various different reasons. We're even building a wall in Jordan. If you could believe that. Why? Why are we building a wall in Jordan? Well, to keep the illegal immigration at bay of all these illegal immigrants that are migrating into Jordan from Syria. It's funny how we could build a wall over there in Jordan, but we can't build a wall here. So you go ahead and try to figure that one out. I can't figure it out. The hypocrisy is so high and people wonder why I always bash on the left. Because unlike the left, like me, I'll call both sides out every single day of the week whenever the shit comes my way. But rarely does anybody on the right or on the left ever call out their side for their bullshit. Rarely, if ever, do they ever do this. So I dropped a video about the coronavirus during the primary, the Democratic primary. And you can already see that the election was rigged in favor of Joe Biden. Look at that whole fiasco up there in Iowa with the caucus app. That fucked everything up, and old butt judge ended up winning. Bernie got burnt. And we were left with Corn Pop to lead us through. And I said it years ago that, remember I said this, Kamala Harris will be your next president. I even dropped a video about how will she run the country. I've been pretty right so far in a lot of these ways. Because Kamala Harris is running the country. Joe Biden is just a puppet. But I also said that watch what happens. The minute this election's over, all this COVID stuff will start to fade away. Now they're talking about the cases are dropping. And just a month ago, they were rising. 2 months ago, they were shooting through the roof when Trump was in there. Now all of a sudden, they're dropping. And everybody's saying, well, it's because more people are wearing masks. No more people are wearing masks today than they were yesterday or 3 months or 4 months ago. It's the same. Nothing's changed. I live here in Oklahoma, and I see people going into Walmart with a mask on, without a mask on. Just like I did 6 months ago. So California completely locked itself down to the point to now where Gavin Newsom is now looking at a recall effort. It'll be the second governor in my lifetime in California that's looking at a recall. The last one was Gray Davis. The CCPOA's puppet, lapdog for the whole time he was in there. Build prisons, tear down schools was their motto. But they completely tore down the entire state of California. I like to call it a country because it's pretty much its own country. The People's Republic of Cali. I don't see any kind of relief forthcoming, like I said. No plans to reopen all these businesses that were shut down. A woman that was literally in tears because all this money she invested in setting up outside dining, she was told, nope, can't do that. But directly into the parking lot adjacent from her business, Hollywood was setting up a big old giant event. Shoulder to shoulder tables and chairs to where the celebrity elite power structure and all their fist fucking band of weirdos can go ahead and have their fun in the sun. And then how about Gavin Newsom himself? In that dinner party, everybody all stuck together. Nancy Pelosi getting her hair done, Dianne Feinstein at the airport with no mask on. They make it almost completely impossible to believe that this thing is real. That it's not a biological weapon. That they do have our best interests in heart. That they are trying to lead by example. It's almost impossible to believe that. In light of everything we see all the time from these hypocrites. So what did I say? I said that you're going to start to see a decline. I mean, it's not going to happen all at once. They're not that stupid. But you're going to start to see them coming out saying there's a decline in cases. We're doing our job. The vaccine is working. Is it? Well, I won't take the vaccine just because I want to see more clinical trials. You can't just put together, magically whip up a vaccine like you're scrambling some eggs virtually overnight and expect everybody to take it and not think that they're going to sprout Quado out of the side of their belly talking about open your mind, Quaid. You know what I'm saying? So now California's starting to opening up. Outside dining in full effect. The birds are chirping, the sun is out. The plague has been vanquished. And I said it back in November or such. That by October or November, you won't even hear about COVID anymore. Not really. Not like you do now. And to make matters even worse, to prove that this whole thing has been politicized, Amazon has been holding on to COVID vaccines for some time now. They didn't want to help the Trump administration by issuing these doses out. But the minute Biden goes in here, oh, look, we got a whole bunch of COVID vaccines for you to dispense. The games these people play make it like completely impossible for me to ever support any of them. Because I know their corruption. And every time you try to point out their corruption, everybody wants to throw Donald Trump back in there. Well, guess what? I've been saying this from the rip. Donald Trump is a manufactured villain. Donald Trump is a part of the celebrity elite power structure. He's always been a part of them. He was never the great savior of QAnon. He was never the great savior of us all. His whole purpose was to wreak havoc so that you'll be so fucking outraged and exhausted from all of it that you'll be willing to vote anybody in there. You'd vote a farm animal in there if you could. Anybody could have beat Donald Trump in November. Whether they rigged the election, whether they had a bunch of dead people voting, whether they were harvesting ballots is all irrelevant. He was never going to win, and I said this months ago. He's not going to win. He was a part of the 4-year plan, and it was successful. Riots in the streets, I Can't Breathe, George Floyd, biological weapons, all these things, caravans and whatnot. Now here we are. Corn Pop to the rescue. Everything's opening up. So what changed over 30 days? How does the threshold and the curve just magically go down overnight? These people play dangerous games with all of our lives, people. And if you don't call them out on their stuff, they'll just continue to do it. What the future holds, I don't know. Are they going to make us take this vaccine? I don't know. They're talking about not giving you your stimulus check unless, of course, you vaccinate. But that's more for the next episode that's dropping tomorrow. But this shit's quite interesting. But a lot of people are starting to become awakened to the reality. People on the left and the right are actually starting to band together in some cases. Of course, you'll never hear about it on the news because they don't want that to spread like wildfire. People of Antifa and BLM are starting to realize they have more in common with right-wing militias and Boogaloo boys than they do with these corporate cronies and fist-fucking, blood-drinking weirdos that are running the country. That they've been doing their bidding as their pawns for some time. So here we are. The first season of the Joe and Ho Show, off to a good start. They've vanquished the deadly plague that has been devastating and destroying us all and ruining our lives and has forced us to be stuck here on social media. Ruined relationships, caused suicide, drug use spikes up, all of these things. What'll happen next? More will be revealed.